Hello, everyone, and welcome to yet another edition of Unplugged. It's really an honor and a joy for me to learn from all the incredibly creative and courageous business owners and brand builders who accept to come and be our guests here every Thursday on Unplugged. And for those of you who join us and listen and ask questions, and those who even come for the afterwards for the replay, I see you. I appreciate you. Without you, we are really there'd be no us. So thank you very much for everyone who has made Unplugged a thing. I really appreciate you all. Share your comments, share your thoughts, share your areas of interest with us, and I'm sure sooner or later we will come round to dealing with your area of interest. So from today, the 16th of September, and for the rest of this month, we are going to be focusing on branding as a newbie. Hmm. How is that different from branding as an OB, if there's such a word? Well, I think we're going to discover, and it's an area we will come back to again and again. But for today, we're going to put a toe in the water and see what we find out. So please welcome our first guest in this series, Dr. Udodirim Isirimah, or as I like to call her, UD. UD, you're really welcome. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. Happy to be here.
So I'll read her bio briefly. UD is a medical doctor turned entrepreneur, and she is the CEO of Gotit International, which is a procurement and e-commerce company. She believes that there are no limits in life, no matter what. So, with that belief, she's turned her desire for accessing a wide variety of quality goods with little or no hassle into a business enterprise, which started during the pandemic. The lockdown, sorry, the pandemic is still on. So, that business, which started during the
Exactly.
lockdown, now serves hundreds of other people. It might be thousands, she'll tell us, you know. So UG says she's just getting started and she's focused on
Yeah.
building a legacy brand from the get go. So, UG, welcome.
Yes. Thank you very much.
And you know that life can be non linear sometimes. So, let me start by taking you right to the end. You know, one of my
Okay.
favorite things is to start with the beginning in mind, with the end in mind.
The the end in mind, yes.
So, what do you see as the culmination of this business idea? What is the legacy? Since you want to build a legacy brand from the get go, what is the legacy of Got It? What do you see as the end? What's your big picture?
Okay. So my big picture is to serve first and foremost, the African market to see how people can get what they want in one avenue. Whatever you want, whatever you want, whatever item you would like to get, you will find one place where you get top-notch customer service, where you get good products, where you get variety of the same products and then variety of different products. Just one in Africa and then international. But I would like to be an Amazon in Africa.
Okay, you said the word. An Amazon. Okay, do you mean that Amazon as in the personal
The
noun
brand,
or Amazon as in the brand? Okay,
the brand,
okay,
the brand.
okay. Okay, so I guess Judy has stakes her claim right from the get go. She's told us what she wants to, so we can hold her feet to the fire and watch how she's going to build this brand and watch how she's going to
Yes,
build this brand.
yes, that's the dream.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
okay. So we really look forward to a point where Got It is going to be a name like Amazon You know, like people will say, is that your desire that people will say, um, did you check Gotit as a default?
Yeah. Yes. As a matter of speaking, our vision at Gotit is to be the most sought after customer-based company, the most sought after. So if there are people talking and they're like, oh, I've been looking for this, and I'm like, have you checked Gotit? They have almost everything. That is the dream. That is the dream.
Okay. Okay. So, what gave you the courage to start in the thick of the lockdown? Quite a few people during the lockdown were paralyzed by uncertainty and fear, but
Yeah.
you started incubating something. What was that? Was that courage? Was that great? What was it?
Okay, so first and foremost, maybe I'll just give a little info about myself. I like shopping. I like getting good things, not just anything, but things that will add value to me. So if I'm writing, I wouldn't just go for any pen. I would go for the pen that would make me see better, that will not, smudge, that will not, I go for that. So me shopping and getting those things, and people are like, oh my God, this is working for you. Where did you get that from? And I'm like, it's here. They're like, where? I got it from this platform. I'm like, how do you do all of this? How do you get all of this? And for me, if I find something that is really good, that is helping me in one way or the other, if I have a megaphone, I would shout it out to everybody, like, hey, this thing is the real deal. Like, you all need to get it. And then during the lockdown, I was a bit, everyone is inside their house. They are faced with fear. People are dying. And in Port Harcourt, I was like, okay, where would I get a face? I live in Port Harcourt. Where would I get in River State? Where would I get face masks for my family? It started as just family, and I thought about it. There'll be other people out there who would want this face mask, but that wasn't my agenda at that time. And a friend of mine and a pioneer in Gotit was like, why don't we get it for people? There are people who are searching just the way we are searching, and you have a knack of just getting these things. You just bring them, and then wow, we don't know where you got it from, but hey, it's working for you. So why don't we get it and then see if people would actually buy? And I was like, I'm not really, But she said, let's try it. And okay, she said, no, let's find people who would be interested. And before I knew it, she got 30 people. I was like, and she said they had paid. I was like, in Port Harcourt here. She said, yes. So that first of all gave me okay, people who are in need, there's a void. How can I fill this void? So for me, once I start something, I don't stop. So I got that in, sold out, got more in, sold out. I was like, okay, so why don't I expand it? What do people need? What are they looking for in my locality? Is it easy for them to find it? How can I get it? Can I get all those people that supply to me? Can they supply to the masses? And that's how it all started in the deep of the lockdown. It looked, yes, things were bad, but people were shopping. People were shopping online.
Oh.
People were selling. People were selling. And, I remember even calling my friends who, have businesses. I was like, hope you're in this. I mean, like people, yes, it's not. So people need something to make them happy. And I guess being in locked up, they just found that if they shop, they would get, it's like getting a present for yourself. So I picked on that and said, okay, so how can I serve people? How can I, use my megaphone and say, hey, this is the best, and I have it right here. Do you want it? It's here. So that's basically how Gotit started.
You're right. Retail therapy was a big thing for a lot of us during the lockdown. It was a big thing.
Yeah.
And I think the fact that human beings really don't like to be told what not to do, and it goes against the grain for you to be told, well, number one, you're fighting an invisible enemy. So that really does your head in. And then you're
Yeah.
told you can't go out, but this enemy might be in your, as they say, in your yard, right inside your house. So uh,
Exactly.
you brought joy to people. We have a question from Dog, but I won't ask that yet. What I'd like to draw out, because this is branding as newbies, and we're going to move from starting a business to building a brand. So Dog, give me 2 minutes, and
Okay.
I'll get back to your question. Um, I'd like to just highlight for newbies who are here that there's some things that UD has mentioned. Number one, she started with what came naturally to her. She didn't copy anyone, but she had a role model, something that she could
Mm.
how do I call benchmark herself against and say, this is the standard, and I'm going to
Exactly.
work towards that standard. Okay, and then
Exactly.
she had that put my toe in the water spirit. Let's try it. You know, let's try it. And then she also said, once she starts, she doesn't stop. So she started with face masks, and then she just kept going, and kept going. So these are tips.
Yeah.
I'll just try and from time to time come in and try and nail down these tips so that the newbies in our midst will know that you really need to keep going. There'll be another, you take the first step, and then another issue presents itself, and then you take another
Exactly.
step. Okay. So I'm going to read Dog's question. I'm going to put it on the screen. Hi, Dr. Isirimah. Your story inspires me, and I would like to know what types of challenges as a startup did you have, and when was your own aha moment, if any? Okay,
Okay.
so it's
So
a
startup.
it's a two in one. Yeah. What challenges did you have
Mhm.
as a startup, and what was your aha moment? I think you've spoken to the aha moment, but it could bear talking about again. Thanks, Dog.
Okay. So challenges are ongoing. They happen throughout building a brand. When I started out, I tried to avoid facing so many challenges. Let me put it like that. Because one, everyone knows now I'm a medical doctor. I have no background training before now on how to start a business or manage a business or run a business. But I got a lot of skills from being a medical doctor in terms of being precise, being structured, being know what you're doing. You can't just go in there because someone can die. Like you're dealing with people's lives. So I took that and applied it to building this brand. And I thought about it like I wouldn't want to go into theater and not know where, for instance, the appendix is. So what did I do? I had to look for somebody who has been in this line of business, or to people who know what they are doing, who have made all those mistakes and faced different challenges, and got talking with them. Okay, this is my idea. Sometimes you will have an idea, and then, sorry to say, it may be a silly one. It's just, you need people who will be honest and say, are you sure that you want to venture into that? And so I had people, because the one person I spoke to, I told her that I do not want to make mistakes. Mistakes are inevitable, but I want to reduce the amount of mistakes I make. So I need help and I need guidance. And that alone helped me. So some challenges I experienced is one, disappointment from your suppliers. Like, I'm getting into a world where I'm meeting new people for the first time. My name is not known. They don't know who I am. So at that point in time, maybe getting a lot of clients initially kind of like puts me in this bubble that's just how it's always going to be. And then the first let's say consignment, everybody liked it and it's like, hey, we want more. And moving to another one, you see all manner of things. You pay money for something, and then when it comes, you're like, what is this? And what is this? And that made me, choose how I want my brand to be. Like, I would not be those kind of online stores that what you have ordered is not what you see, but it looks so attractive. I actually would send things back to vendors and say, this is not what I ordered. This is not what the client ordered. I will not sell this. And for me, because it started out as what worked for me, I would want to try it and see if it doesn't work. I wouldn't just sell it. So I had many challenges with vendors. I had challenges with clients who they're human beings. They bring their own lots of challenges. Getting them to how will I put it? Complaints and all of that is, I learned through the process that it's natural. It's natural in the business. Not everybody will like what you're selling. Not everybody would like your brand. Not everyone will believe in what you're selling. And for me, I got that early. My brand is not for everybody. So that solved that particular challenge. So challenge with building I needed people to help me carry this heavy weight, which is wonderful. Getting the right people, yes, that was something that is still ongoing, but it's part of the process. So you get some and then you lose some. So I've said challenges with the vendors, challenges with the product logistics, damage, challenge with understanding how to basically manage your system, cost price, profits, tax. All of that was quite challenging because it's a new field for me, and I had to learn through those mistakes, But having that guide initially, it's like, hey, you want your brand to be, this is your vision. You want Amazon in Africa. These are the steps that you have to take. So instead of me going in blindly, I went in knowing what I'm up against, and knowing the kind of resources that I would need to achieve that. So yes, through it all, at every stage, there were challenges. Finding the right partners to partner with, getting clients to trust us was the major challenge. Like, it was challenging. People will place order and then they're like, can we pay on delivery? And I'm like, no. And they're like, okay, bye. And they just didn't trust us. And there's so many out there. People open different online stores, and then you pay heavily, and then nothing comes. In fact, they disappear. So I understood where people were coming from. I would say, sort of shy. I'm not, social media old. That was challenging for me to step out of that closet, if I must say, to come out and say, hey, this is my face, this is my brand, this is me, this is what I'm offering you. That was challenging for me. But I had the end in mind, and I had to conquer it all. So here I am. For the aha moment, I like she said, I've said it already, when people keyed into what I was offering, even without me knowing what I was doing. I was like, hey, so this is good. This is good. So, I will do my research on, okay, what do people need? How can I just want to be the middle point where customers and products meet. Customers, suppliers, products meet. Like, what do you want? I can get the right person for you. What do you need? Is it this? And we go through the pain of actually even trying and testing some of these things so that we can, hit the table and say, I know what I'm giving you. This is good quality. But hey, good quality is very subjective either way. but we try to do the needful so that whatever we are presenting to everybody is the best.
So, would you say that Gotit is the nexus between the goods and the customer, right? It's a
Yes, I would say
nexus.
that. Yeah. Yeah.
And one thing I'd pick up from what you've said, reflecting back to on what you've said, is that you got to be ready to check. As a medical doctor, you're seen as a god.
Mm-hmm.
All over the
Yeah.
world.
Yeah. Because
Medical
people
doctors are
trust
seen as
you.
gods. Yes, because people trust you, and now you have to deal with the unknown. All of a sudden, people you talk and people don't take your word as the gospel. So that can be, yeah,
Yes.
you know,
Yes, it was. It was.
yes,
It
yes.
actually broke my heart one time when I got, first of all, we started, on Instagram and then Facebook, and not one order, not one, not one. But offline, family, friends, people, them getting people. Yeah, we were making sales, but we are online. We are not offline. We are online. We are an online store. Nobody was ordering, but hey, I was still putting out the best content ever. Designing, and I had the end in mind. Like they need this, so let's do this. And months. I'm not kidding, months. So the first time, months with changing of resources and just trying. You keep trying. And one time there was a breakthrough. My phone was buzzing with orders from Facebook, a lot of orders. And I was just like this, typing and responding. I was so happy. I was like, today we're going to make sales. Not one was closed. So yes, that was challenging. The people not trusting us. I was like, why? Why don't they trust us? We are not scammers. But then again, I realized that the page was just too sort of plastic. It was too plastic. It was just audience. It was just items. And then people were weary. So it's like, oh, they're talking to somebody, yes, but you could be a robot that recorded. Many things happen out there. And after all that engagement from morning till evening, it just ended up being that they don't trust us. They don't.
But
So
they didn't trust you because
it
they
was
didn't know you.
difficult. Exactly.
Yes,
Exactly.
and people
Exactly.
have different options, so they need to know why is yours different.
Why?
Really. Why is
Exactly.
yours different?
Exactly.
We have
Exactly.
a question from Geraldine, and Geraldine, I'll just put you on pause for a minute, and thank you for your question. Doug, I hope we've answered your question satisfactorily, but I'd like to ask UD a question. Like, since you started Gotit last year and you started as a business idea which was
Mhm.
growing, what deliberate steps have you taken to start building the brand Gotit? Because some people who are newbies want to know
Okay.
what are the deliberate steps taken to build a brand.
Okay. So let me start from the very beginning. So I had the idea in my mind, and I told myself and everybody around me that I would not be part of anything mediocre. I would just not be. So if I'm going to go into this, I'm all in to bring just the best. So that I had to, number one, have the best. The how like I had to understand what I was going into, understand what I want to do, understand what I want to give, and then second step is to find out how I'm going to fill in the blank spaces. So you want to build a brand, you want people to see you. One, what's your name? I had to get a name for what I'm doing. And based on what I've said on, okay, I like getting good things and spreading the news of how this thing would help you. Even if it's something, people have things in their houses and then they don't really know the value of it. They just know that, hey, this will serve this purpose. but I want you to know exactly what you have and maximize the benefits from it. How am I going to get this information out there? What am I going to call the business? So I had to get a name. The second thing was, okay, something has to represent you amongst others. So if someone is looking through, then they see this image, they know it's you. So I had to build the logo. We had to get the logo, and then the logo had to have a clear message of this is what we do somehow. So after I got the name, we built the logo. From the get-go, because I had a role model that I was looking at, so I had a fallback, like go to see, okay, they did this, check, they did that, check, okay, what else do I need to do? So to, everyone, the world has changed and social media is the in thing if you want to put any message out there. So I had to conquer social media one way or the other. Okay, so what are the different social media platforms? Instagram, Facebook, Gigi, So we started with one. Okay, what is needed to send the message on this platform? I had to study. I had to get people who knew about the platform. I had to get people who know what they're doing. Because I don't know. I barely even post on my own page. And then now I said I'm doing a business. So how am I going to do that? So that's it. I had, because I did not want to, I said I got it. You want it. Then the slogan was, you want it, we got it. And we have to get everything to a large extent, because you can't just say you want it, you got it. Okay, you want to leadership. Do you understand? So I had to fill in those blank spaces. Okay, so what do people really want? What do they want? What would they like? What would they appreciate? So I had to find good suppliers of those items. I had to partner with so many people that bring in good quality. Yes, and then the products I had to bring some, even if it's online, some people want to still see. So I had to, get that structured. So after the name, logo, establishing social media, having the products to sell, then I can't do it alone. I couldn't, because early into it became, yes, people at that time wanted to know where they're going to shop. And they say, oh, have you asked Udi? So then it wasn't Gotit, it was Udi. My family and friends call me Udi. Have you asked Udi? She just knows how to get those things. And then I would, before Gotit started, I would do it for free. But hey, right now it's a business, so you can pay for my time. And then I needed people to help me push this brand. I could not, for social media, like I said, I needed people who knew what they're doing. I'm building a website. I have no idea. I need people who know what they're doing. And logistics, where would you start getting the rider, all the in-betweens. I had to get source. I could not do it alone, because me in particular, I was in a major lockdown, no movement, company covered, you cannot go anywhere. But I had quality people out there who were committed to doing the work. So I needed people. It's good. I watched something somewhere and say you should have quality people around you, because that's where you can enjoy up to $2,000 to $3,000 from just people around you, which is true. So I had to get good people around me. At that point, we weren't so structured, because we just fell into it. I realized that, okay, there's a way businesses are run. There's hierarchy, there's roles and responsibilities. I had to key into that for the future, because when you start at one point, You conquer that point, and then you get to the next stage, and it's like, okay, what are we supposed to do now? So the business would not have gotten this far if I did not establish some form of structure, and people had their roles and responsibilities, and they're accountable to someone, to at what they're doing. So I needed to get all of that done, and it keeps coming. It keeps coming up. It's even so funny that sometimes it depends. Some categories of products need a particular type of mindset, personnel. So that opens up for instance, and we're not going into farming, but if we went into farming, hey, I would now need farmers. You get it? So it just keeps changing as we evolve. Yes. So structure, I had to, another important thing, I do not want, like I said, no mediocre. There are people who have businesses who are not registered. I wanted, the brand needs to be international. That's the end in mind. So we had to do this right. Register, get your CAC, open your company account. That even helps people to know that case have gone through the process, they've been investigated of some sort, so they are real. They trust you better, yes. And then we went ahead to get Paystack link, which is very thorough before you can even have their link to make payments. So yes, we did all of that. We did all of that over time. Yes, it's 1 year. We're not even completely, we're not yet 1 year fully, but through, we did the needful. And this is because, like I said, I sought counsel. I sought counsel so that I do things right to a large extent and reduce mistakes.
Okay. Okay. For all the newbies in the house and the oldies, I think she's written out she's explained very clearly, Lydia has explained very clearly how she went through the process from the idea to building a team. And when you do have the time, please look at it again, listen to this broadcast again, and go through the process. But one thing I'd like to highlight, well, a couple of things I'd like to highlight, is that you need to just go in. Once you have that conviction, go in. Right? Go in. Other things will become clear. The other needs will become clear as you go, as you start the journey. Yeah. And sometimes you might have to go back and say, hey, listen, I didn't pack my backpack properly. I need to put water, I need to put food, I need to get tissue, I need to put sunblock, so you go back and then don't be humble. Be humble enough to say, oh, I didn't think about this. Because I know entrepreneurs are extremely, how do I call it? And you have to be extremely courageous. And to be courageous, you have to have almost like an AA type personality. And it's hard to tell someone who's an AA type personality that, hey, you didn't get that right, So be humble and go back and learn. And ask questions, really. Ask questions. And
a lot of questions.
A lot of questions. And realize at the end of it, you know what? It's a democracy, but you have to take a decision. So, yeah. That's something
and
I
own
find
your decision.
It's hard for people to. A lot of people, especially women who start businesses, we like to kind of sing kumbaya, hold hands, and have people say, "Oh yes," endorse and validate. It may happen. If it doesn't happen, don't lose sleep over it.
Yeah.
Judy, we're getting really some good tips here. A lot of good tips. And we have a question from Geraldine. What ongoing challenges? Let me just put it on the screen. Hopefully you'll see it. Okay. What ongoing challenges do you have and how are you resolving them? Geraldine, are you speaking as a customer of Gotit or as a friend of Unplugged?
She's okay. She's a major. She's a VIP. VIP.
Okay.
Thank you, Madam
Okay.
Geraldine. Thank you, Madam Geraldine. Okay, so ongoing challenges is still like with the things I've listed out. Uh, one thing I settled, yes, is the name and the logo. Everything else is ongoing. So social media, I still have my challenges in there. In okay, it's so funny. It's not just posting. Let me just use social media. It's not just posting. It's there's a language. There's a language in every platform. Instagram has its own language. Facebook has its own language. Website has its own language. And I had to learn all of that. That is time consuming. But hey, I want to conquer. And by God's grace, we did. So ongoing challenges, okay. One time, this time you've changed, you've learned, okay, the theme, this is the theme, this is how it's going to be. And then you realize that it's not working, and then you have to change it again and keep changing. Like you have to be so flexible. Getting the personnel, like the right person to help you with that, is one challenge I've experienced. I won't lie. One person comes, they come, and I learn through all of them. In fact, they are like my university. So one person comes, I see it as level 100 has come. And then I learn what I'm supposed to learn from level 100. And then the second person comes, I see it as level 200, and they all come with their challenges. So getting the vision into picture is an ongoing challenge that I keep having, for people to understand for my team to understand the vision, and they hear it, but have they caught it? So how to impact that vision and mission is still an ongoing challenge, and it's something that I will just have to continue doing. And even if they get it, the vision and mission is standard, but I may evolve with more information, so I have to do it again. So that's one ongoing challenge. The second one, that's for social media. This is still the vendors. Vendors disappoint. I had one horrible experience that actually even made me feel ill. They just know, suppliers know how to do it when their head starts. They know how to do it. They can be the best for a period, and then one period, bam, you're so disappointed, and you don't know how you're going to get out of it. But where there's a will, there's a way. Um, um, still on clients, at least by now we have like very good clients. We have those stubborn ones that come, but thank God we've not had all those crazy ones that come and then insult you and say all manner of things. So clients, keeping
They're still
them
coming.
satisfied.
Trust me. They're
They are
coming.
still coming. Keeping them, yes, yes, they are. Keeping them satisfied is, it's not supposed to be a challenge, but everyone is different. So we just find out that. That's why I told my team that, hey, not every person is our client. Not every but it is not for everybody. We want it to be for everybody, but if you see it's not working, say, in fact, now I refer them. I'm like, why don't you try this brand? They may, have what you need. Clients and personalities is one challenge. So we keep learning customer service. The clients are always right, but are they always right though? Learning how to deal with that as they come up is is not a challenge. I would just say it's a learning curve. It's a learning process. It's a learning process. So I won't say it's a challenge. It's a learning process, and we keep finding better ways to do it. Logistics is another one. Delivering it from, picking it up and delivering it to the client in one piece without damage is another one, especially if it's outside my region. Damage, missing goods, those are challenges that we are still experiencing, and learning how to deal with them as they come up. So for clients, and the challenges we face with clients, we learn customer service. We have people that we could reach out to that would teach us and say, okay, this is me. I love learning. There's no way you can do anything well without, getting the knowledge. So we have people or articles or courses that can be done to teach and say, hey, this is how to handle your clients. This is how to get them to keep coming back. This is how to retain them. This is how you can convert people who just like to buying clients. So we learn through the process. That's how I overcome each challenge that comes by. How to secure the procurement part. How can I get my vendors to be on point? Meetings, PR, whatever is needed in between so that we are on the same page. I do what is needed. I do what is needed. If I get disappointed, before I used to jump and pass, like if you disappoint me once, I would just say, you know what, I'm not doing this again. But hey, everyone gives value in different ways. Everyone is valuable. You just have to know what value they are giving to you and be okay with it. Yes, so how I handle all the challenges is find better options, keep learning as I go on, keep improving. So if I fall into any glitches, I say, okay, this is what I learned. We had a client who was mad at us from the person who was handling the social media at that time to the person who was packaging the item. In fact, the whole operational process was just off. And what I did was, okay, from the pain of hurting the client, I had to go trace, okay, what went wrong here? It was communication. This is not how we'll be communicating to our clients. This is a better way of communicating to our clients. What went wrong in the packaging? Okay, so should we tag the item so that it is easy for you to not make mistakes? Do we take pictures? Anything that needs to be done at every process gets done. And we only learned from, if we didn't have that plan, probably would have been doing whatever we were doing, thinking that we've got it right. But she helped me know that, okay, you need to look in and see what's going on and, make sure it falls within your vision and mission. Yes. So learn along the way.
Feedback is gold. Feedback can be hard,
Mm-hmm.
but it's gold. And I'd like to know, how do you cascade this feedback um, through the organization and through your food? Well, okay, I was going to say food chain, but not food chain. Through your ecosystem, your business ecosystem, because there are
Okay.
some people, especially logistics, etc., which may not be within you. You can't provide logistics for all over Africa, for instance. You
True.
can't.
True.
You can't
You must
control,
work with
because that will
people.
take you out of your business into another business entirely. You have to
Another
work with
business.
people.
Exactly.
Yeah. So how would you? I
Yes.
mean, Geraldine has mentioned here, like, have you considered relevant insurance for logistics related losses and damage? Which I'd like you to put. I think it's a great piece of advice. But let's put that on the side and
Advice.
just,
Yes.
yeah, and thank you very much, Geraldine, for that. You know, but let's look at, how do you cascade, or do you actually cascade the learnings? And from those learnings, do you now create policies from those learnings on, this is how we will treat this kind of
Yes.
situation? If we have this kind of situation, this is how we will do it. These are the steps we will go through.
Mm,
Yeah. Do
mm.
you have that in your business?
Okay. So yes, we do. When we started, we were just a couple of people doing it, and meetings, communication was key, necessary. I am very verbal about what I want when I'm passionate about it. So the same way I'm out, like, hey, this is the same way I'm shouting, this is not working. we need to change this. So communication, you cannot stop talking. It's just not possible. You cannot stop talking. We have meetings, set meetings. I hear from everybody their own I learn from everybody. So if, let's say, there was an issue and an item got missing, where did that come from? Everybody is involved. We're all together. This is the only kumbaya moment that we will share. Everybody's involved. So we will all learn from it. And, I could say if it's one person that was majorly at fault, then I give the person the assignment of going to read up on that aspect of business. This is you have to gain knowledge. Knowledge is power, and knowledge guides everything that we do. So if I'm talking to people who have just refused to gain that knowledge, then it becomes more difficult. So we have several meetings, operational meetings, procurement meetings, sales meetings. We have to talk and then learn together. So I may see only one aspect of the problem. I may see only one aspect that, oh, why did the logistics rider do this? Another person will see something else altogether, which is still a problem, which didn't catch my eye. And I'm like, hey, you were right. So now we've seen two problems that need solving and fixing. And then another person from their own background and experience can bring in ideas that would be way better than mine. Anything that is going to bring out the best outcome, I'm up for it. So yes, we do that a lot at Gotit. We do that a lot at Gotit. Yes.
Okay, I mean, I didn't realize that. I was just so immersed in the story. I didn't realize how much time. We have just about 15 minutes left, and I still have. I mean, one of these days we're going to finish all the questions we have. One of these days. But I think the comment Geraldine made about relevant insurance is something that you could put into consideration, and for also newbies, because in a situation, people want shopping, they want a wide variety, good variety of things, unusual things, and but at the same time they want it to arrive in good shape, and you are running a business, so you must not also have losses consistently, so it's something that you could put into place.
It's important. Yeah, we will.
Okay, now you and I in the past have spoken about collaboration as a key value for your brand, and I've actually heard someone, Will I Am. Listen, guys, don't judge me. I listen to all kinds of music, so Will I Am, formerly of the Black Eyed Peas, he called it co-opetition. That is collaborative competition, where you get together with people who would normally be your competitors, and you collaborate. And I think people and it's a win-win for everybody. People in the music field do it excellently. People in the entertainment industry do it excellently. And I'm just wondering, if you love music like I love music, I see everybody gets a win. If it is, for instance, Will I Am featuring Wizkid, everybody gets a win. So how does this collaboration or co-opetition come into play in your business? Does it come into play in your business, and how does it play out? And how can you scale that up?
Okay, so for collaboration, it's actually one of our core values. We believe that together with more people, we can do more. Together with more people, you can do great things. Like even I just mentioned now within my own team, I get what I don't know from other people to make sure we get the best outcome. So when Gotit started, like I said, we were on the lockdown. There's no way I'm going to wear my jeans sneakers and go hunting for items and discuss with people. And I needed people who are solid in this in their niche. So for instance, somebody wants glasses, anti-blue glasses. I don't have them. in the lockdown. But there's a brand, well known, conquered the market, knows what they're doing. Their glasses are top notch. My job, apart from procuring it, is to see how the clients that I have built would see those glasses and buy it, and then see shoes and buy it, and then see blankets and buy it. Now, one person going through different people at the same time, calling, where I'm tracking, it could be tedious if you're a shopper like me. But my dream was to see how I can collaborate with all those people and get all those items in one place for that one special client to come and say, hey, I like this and this and this and this. And then they're dealing with just one brand who has vetted, who has, done the needful that they would have done at the same time. So I couldn't have gotten this far without collaborating with so many vendors, so many brands, learning from them, keying into their own markets, them even making people trust us. Because like I said, at one point, people didn't trust us. So we had to be associated with people who were already known and people who have done the needful to break through the market. So partnership collaborations is the main language in Gotit. We cannot do without it, and we keep collaborating. We keep, like, for instance, right now there's this wonderful fashion designer in Port Harcourt, and she has such lovely clothing items for women to go to work with. And I'm like, okay, there are many of our clients who are looking for that. Why don't we do this together? How can we help ourselves to push our brand forward and grow together? If they're doing it in the entertainment world, why can't we do it in this as entrepreneurs? Why can't we push ourselves and help ourselves and elevate ourselves, hold hands basically, and say, hey, we're doing this. So she, for instance, has been in the market much longer than less than 1 year that I just came in. So you can imagine the benefits on both sides. In a short time, yes, we've grown our own clientele and we are growing more. So she has a lot to gain from us, and then we have a lot to gain from her. That's collaboration, working together to achieve something greater. I will continue to preach it every day, especially amongst women. You know what they say about women, especially
No, I
amongst
don't know what they
women.
say among
Together,
women. We collaborate. We collaborate. Women
yes, we
collaborate. I
do.
mean, guys,
We do.
we
Okay, let me change.
collaborate.
Let me change the narrative. Let me change the narrative. Yes, women collaborate. It's
Oh
a
yeah,
wrong notion for people to think that women bite down other women and tear down other women. We collaborate. We collaborate. So it's something that is necessary in every sector. In every sector, it's necessary to collaborate.
absolutely. I don't have my resident lawyer in mind, and I'm on hand. That is well, my sister Geraldine. I don't have her on hand, but I'm sure if she was on hand right now, she'd tell you about contracts, and they need to put in like basic contracts. They
Yes,
don't have to be mind-blowing contracts. There are templates everywhere that you can just grab so that everybody knows what they're getting, and when they don't get it, they know why they're not
they
getting
know
what they're
what.
getting.
Yes,
Yeah, yes.
I agree. I agree. We do that in Gotit. We have contracts with the need. We do the needful. Yes, it's important. That is a reminder to, like, hey, you're supposed to be doing this. You're kind of like not doing it. What's going on? Yeah. Yeah.
So we've spoken about a lot of things, but we haven't spoken about funding or a business plan
Mm,
or how do I call it? A support system. I call it my sacred circle personally, you know.
mm,
So let me just go through the idea, the business plan, working the idea and the business plan, the funding, the support system, the team, which one would you say is most critical for newbies? The processes, yeah. Which one is most critical for people starting a business and building a brand?
I would say it's the business plan. Because if you don't, the Bible says, write your vision plainly so that you see it and you run with it. If you don't have a business plan, if you do not have what you are setting out to do on paper, even if the funds come, you would you will make you would make it will not work. You would waste money. You would not, at the end of the year per se, you would check and then nothing has happened. You've not grown. You've not conquered anything. You're still at where you started from, where the money came. But meanwhile, so much money has gone in. So I would say, yes, a business plan. If you don't even know what a business plan is, that's where there are many business coaches out there, um, business
And there are
consultants. They
templates
will guide
actually.
you.
They're
Okay,
basic
yes, there are
templates.
templates.
Yeah, they're
Yes.
basic
So
templates.
when you see what you think about it, what this is what you're doing. What are you selling? Where are you going to get those things from?
And you can
Who's
want
your
to stop you
target
there and ask you,
audience?
what are you selling? What are you really selling? You. What are you selling? What is Gotit selling?
Okay, so Gotit, we sell a wide range of quality items, ranging from bathrobes, towels, aromatherapy, beauty and personal, work smart tools, souvenirs, kiddies items. We keep growing it. We keep growing it. So
Okay, let me
when we
refocus you.
find that, okay,
What are you selling? I'm asking the same question again. Are you selling variety? Are you selling convenience?
oh,
What is
okay,
so the
yes,
essence of that question is what is the great value that you're bringing?
that was okay.
Yeah.
Yes, we are selling. We're selling variety. We're selling. We're selling convenience. That's how we started. How can people get what they want in one platform without having the need to chase so many vendors? That's what we're selling. We're selling what you see is what you get. Currently, we are building. Well, we are kind like okay, we're building. We are building is not like from scratch, but we are setting in place a retail showroom for people that are within to come in and see that okay, I saw this online. Can I pick it up? Hey, it's here. We are proud of it. We are not going to say what is not good quality. Come, feel free to walk in and see yourself that what you want is what you get. We are also selling, like I said, variety. We're selling good quality. We're selling items that will help with lifestyle. We're selling items that will improve efficiency and productivity. So, like I said, many people may want to buy anti-blue glasses, but hey, it's also very fashionable. So we put it all together like, hey, mama, why don't you get this? Protect your eyes, slay at the same time. And we do this for many, many other items as well. So if you're getting this mouse, it's just not a mouse, it's ergonometric. It's this. So we sell the value behind each item. That's time consuming, but it's necessary. And that's why I said when I see something that is working for me, I want to shout it out like, hey, do you know that your phone you could do A, B, C, D, and E on it, and then someone is like, I only do A with it. So that's where Gotit. That's what we are selling. We are selling that. So if you go to our pages, for instance, you will see all of this. Like there's so much information that you will get to help you personally. And if you buy that product, how best you can use it, how can you maintain it, how can you take care of it, how can you increase the longevity of it. That's what we're selling. We're selling that, and much more to come as we grow.
Okay. So sorry to put you on the spot. I don't like to put my guests on the spot, but can we still move towards lifestyle? Okay, hi Jules. Yeah, at Frozen. Yes, I was bumped off by. I won't tell you whose Wi-Fi it is, but I mean, so now I've had to find an alternative way of getting back, and I hope. Could you reach? Okay. Yes. Yes, Jules. Thank you for joining us, and what I'd like to say is that I tend to move more towards lifestyle, more towards lifestyle. You know, can we sell more than one experience? I think so, but there'll be main experiences and sub experiences. Okay, UD is back.
Hey,
Hey, oh my goodness, where are you? There you are. Okay, okay, UD is back. We had a
I'm,
question here. It's on
I'm
the
here.
screen, and it says, "Can we possibly sell more than one experience?" And I think so. I think it's going to be there's going to be a mega experience, and then there'll be sub experiences that support that one experience. And in the lifestyle, there's some people. I don't know if you're frozen. Okay,
Mhm.
you're frozen. Okay, there's some people who,
I'm here.
like you said, will not be your customer for sure. There'll be some people who will not be.
True,
They'll probably just try you for once
true.
because maybe it's trending now. I mean, Amazon is not everybody
Mm-hmm.
that's going to go on Amazon for sure, you know.
True.
But
And
then
it's okay. True.
it's okay. You really need to know who is your or
Your
who are your
clients are.
people. Yeah, yes, you know. But then you can have the lifestyle, and part of that lifestyle is the fact that you know what, I like to do my surfing, my window shopping online, and I can afford to do it. I have the
Mm-hmm.
data to do it. I have the time to do it. I
Mm-hmm.
have the equipment that allows me to do it, and I have certain expectations, and that helps you focus very clearly on what you offer, how you offer it, and how to deal with those people, your clients. Because if
Yeah.
there are people who have the money, they use certain things, then they can leave you very quickly. You know, they can migrate very quickly. So Jules, the
Yes.
question is yes. Jules, no, Jules is my friend. She's the one who asked this question. And one day I'm going to ask her that question when
Okay.
she agrees to come and join us. Yes, yes. But we are okay. We've just gone over 1 hour now, and I'd like to ask two questions. So please, guys, hold on, don't leave. You know, would you do the same? Would you start this if you had the chance to do it? Would you do it again?
To
If you
oh,
had
to
the
do this
chance
again.
to
Yes.
have a do over, would you do it again?
100%. 100%. I
And
would.
what would you do differently?
What I would do differently is get the, how will I put it? I don't want to say, okay, let me put it this way. Your team is important for your success. Now, family and friends are your first go-to, but also professional people who are experienced and know what they do is another ballgame altogether. And that really does make a world of difference. So people say it's expensive. Oh, you have to spend money. But hey, you have to spend money to get the best. You have to spend money to get quality. Quality is not cheap. So at the goal, even though I cannot, it's part of life. Like your family and friends would always surround you and support you. But professional team members, very important. Very, very, very important because they bring in their own experience to help you not to make mistakes and face challenges that they've conquered it. Nobody wants to go, sorry to say, like a newbie surgeon. Everyone is more comfortable with that consultant.
Oh, you're so right. You're so right.
Everyone is comfortable with that consultant. It's like, not that the newbie doesn't know what he or she is doing, but it's just everyone has that mindset that you get the best because they've gone through it, they've experienced it, they've risen above so many things. Having those kind of people on your team, yes, takes you really far. So that's
Makes a
one thing
difference.
I would do. It makes a difference. That's one thing I may do differently. But everything else, say you have to go through the process. It's just what it is.
Okay. So could you share with us as we round up 4 things that every newbie should know as they're building their brand?
Okay. I would say one, be sure of what you're going into. Have your own personal grit. Be passionate about it. Because if you're not passionate about it, trust me, you won't last. Passion makes you get up early, and all that you're thinking about is how to do what you're passionate about. Two, love what you choose to do. It's not, you don't do things because someone else is doing it. They say, oh, this person is doing it and they're making money. Trust me, you can go and do that thing and fail woefully. So do what comes naturally to a large extent to you, what you're good at. And when you're good at it, you will have fun with it. It's even though you experience bad times, but majority of the time you're enjoying yourself. I always used to hear that on TV and CNN and when top brands are speaking. It's true. It's not a lie. You have to love what you're doing to be consistent and stay long term at it. Three, have your business plan. See your vision plainly on the paper. Paste it where you can see it and soak it in. Think it in your whole system that this is what I'm doing. And then what that will help you do is to know the steps you have to take and to know the areas you have to concentrate on. Know what you even need to learn. What courses would you have to take to be able to accomplish your business plan? And then fourthly, you need funding. You cannot do anything without having the funds available. So where you're going to get that funds, personal, loan, whatever, speak to your consultant because you need money. How are you going to get? Yes. So and those are four
Okay.
things that a newbie must go through.
And then do it. Like Nike says,
And then do
just
it.
do it.
Yes, and then do it.
Yes. Just
Yes.
do it
Yeah,
and
right.
then
Just do
keep
it.
improving. Yeah. Just do it and keep improving. And
Yeah.
A very unorthodox one, but it works for me. Tear your bag of shame and fear of failure and throw it away. Lose it. Because are you going to be ashamed sometimes? Oh, yes, life is going to
Yes.
humble you. Are you going to fail? Yes. Yes, you will fail, you know. But tear up that bag and look for people who do not focus on the failures, but only reflect
Mm,
on it and say, what can we learn from this? You know, that's
exactly.
not for you to say. That's for all of us here.
Yes.
Okay, so I will like to be at 10 minutes over the hour, and we said, well, thank you to everybody for spending the middle of your day with us, and thank you, UD. Thank you very much for telling us quite a bit about how you started your business.
Mm,
Well, guys, if you want to know more about UD and what she does, please follow her at Gotit International on IG, and we'll just post it here again on
Facebook.
IG and Facebook. You know, Gotit International, and if you have ideas of how she can improve, because this is really for us. This next three sessions we're having is really. Holding hands, a holding hands session without being kumbaya. You know, it's a holding
Mm,
hands, hand holding session, and how can brands, newbie brands, do better? You know, how can we
yeah.
learn? Because when we know better, we do better. So thank you for staying with us. Thank you for your questions. They've been really insightful. They've also made me think a little bit more about, yeah, what we do. Please share this video as far as and wide as you can. And if you have angles, things that you'd like us to focus on Unplugged, drop us a comment, you know, either directly to on our IG page at Julia Jacks Consulting or our Facebook page at Julia Jacks Consulting.
Mm,
Yuji, thank you very much. And next week, we are going to have someone all the way from Zimbabwe in a totally different line of business, totally different environment, physical and business environment, telling us how she's building her brand as a newbie. So that should be interesting. Thank you, guys. And it's been a pleasure having you. Yuji, thank you. Thank you very
thank you
much.
for having me.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye, everyone. Thank you.